In the circle for Missouri State, right-hander, number 14, Mackenzie Swift. The Bears are led by head coach Casey Griffith, assisted by Chelsea.
Welcome to Cowgirls Stadium, where today the Oklahoma State Cowgirls are going to play host to the Missouri State Bears out of Conference USA. The Cowgirls, of course, out of the Big 12, come into the ball game tonight at 15-5 on the season. The Cowgirls finally got home this past weekend, went 4-1, so they have a home record of 4-1, while the Bears come into tonight's ball game at 11-7, and the Bears 2-3 on the road this year, have not had their home opener as of yet. Hello again, everyone. I'm Casey Kendrick, along with, well, just me tonight, and this game was supposed to be tomorrow, but because of impending weather, the game was moved to today, and so the Cowgirls are in action taking on the Missouri State Bears. This is a young team that has had a lot of success early on and has played a good lineup, just like Oklahoma State has. In fact, there are a couple of young ladies on this Missouri State team that hail from Stillwater, Oklahoma, so they got a chance to return home, and we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up in just a little bit. And we'll talk about Coach Casey Griffith, who is the head coach of the Missouri State Bears in her fourth season overall, her second year as the head coach. She's been at Missouri State for a couple of years prior to that, though, as an associate head coach. Spent a lot of years at Drake, and she is now leading this team in her second season. We'll talk about some of our conversation coming up. And, of course, on the other side is Kenny Gajewski, as the Cowgirls are being introduced to the home crowd here at Cowgirl Stadium. Kenny Gajewski is in year number 11. Went to 5 consecutive College World Series and then missed it a year ago, but they definitely have their eyes set on it again. The new rankings are out, and the Oklahoma State Cowgirls are ranked number 12 in the country. For Missouri State, this will not be a shock game because of the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. This team in Missouri State has played number 15 Georgia. They have played number 1 Tennessee, and they played number 25 at the time Ole Miss twice, and they split with Ole Miss. So the Bears come in with some success and with an opportunity to try to get another win on the road. As I said, this team has not been home yet. They will go home soon. In fact, the Missouri State Bears getting ready after this ball game. They will start Conference US play, and they will do so in taking on Western Kentucky. Then finally on March 9th, they will host Arkansas before they get their home opener in Conference USA with Kennesaw State. We'll look more on their schedule and the Cowgirl schedule as well coming up here in just a little bit. So the number 12 team in the country, the Oklahoma State Cowgirls, and Missouri State in town. Let's pause now for our national anthem.
And turn your attention to the outfield as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem.
And we are all but set and ready to go now here in Stillwater, Oklahoma, on the campus of Oklahoma State University. The number 12 Oklahoma State Cowgirls set to take on the Missouri State Bears. Let's take a look at the Bear lineup. Here is how they will hit it today. They will start with the right number 2, Lauren Rowland, will lead things off for Coach Griffith. Number 3, the third baseman, is Hallie Studer. She will be batting in the 2-hole, followed by number 22, Riley Baber, the first baseman. Number 9, Aubrey Johnson is the left fielder, followed by the designated player, number 5, Kayla Ulrich. Number 7 is Bryn Romine, the center fielder. Number 23, Sydney McLaughlin, one of the aforementioned Stillwater young ladies on this Bear team, at catcher. Number 10 is Emily Evans, the shortstop, and number 20 is Emily Girardi, the second baseman in this matchup here today. For the Oklahoma State Cowgirls, here's the way they will line it up in the outfield. We'll start in left, and the Cowgirls will have Rosie Davis at third. Aubrey Jones is at second. Jaden Jones, try that again. Aubrey Jones is at short. Jaden Jones is at second. Godwin will be at first. In the outfield, left to right, Morrison Boston and Tim. Hassler behind the dish, and that young lady, Presley Downing, the freshman, will be getting the start for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. 4-0 on the season. She's got a 1.83 ERA, 23 innings pitched. She's got 15 strikeouts and only 4 walks. Has a great ratio there, nearly 3-to-1, just over 3-to-1. And she is set, ready to go. And this ball game is about to begin. And here's the first pitch. That one is just off the plate for ball 1. Pitching Downing's numbers again. She's been really good. The right-handed pitcher, just a freshman, but 1.83 ERA. Came in relief in the game against South Dakota State on Sunday. Did not pitch as well as I know she would have wanted to. Another opportunity here with the start, and she's in there for the strike there. 1-1 on Rowland. Rowland batting .293 on the season. 13 RBI, a couple of home runs on the season for Rowland. Sophomore out of O'Fallon, Missouri. 40 appearances as a freshman for Rowland. Leading things off for the Bears here tonight. That one in there for a called strike. Count evens at 2-2. First batter of the night, and today is one of those days where you went to the thermostat on a couple of different occasions. It has changed. We've seen that weather change today. Here's the 2-2. That one's hit right back to Downing. Flips it over to first to Godwin, and the first out recorded for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Today we started at 47 degrees. It warmed up steadily throughout the afternoon, got into the upper 70s, close to 80 degrees. So from the heater to at least the fan, if not the air conditioner, then the cold front has come back through, and now the temperatures are dropping quickly, and it's back to sweater weather here in Stillwater. That's a first pitch strike to Hallie Studer, the third baseman, batting .222. Studer, a biomedical science major, and it's NFCA All-America Scholar Athlete a year ago. Out of Athena, Kansas. 51 starts as a freshman. And she's the 2-hole hitter here, batting .222, 5 RBI in the season, couple of home runs. Trying to get things started offensively for the Bears. Downing. The 1-1. Misses 2-1. Umpires today at first is Garrett Knowles. Chad Steers is at third, and behind the dish is Michael Parker. Hassler catching, Downing, and that one is hit, and it's hit sky high, and it is gone. Home run number 3 on the year for Studer as she drove that pitch over left center field into the deck. And the Bears start out with a 1-0 lead with a home run here at the top of the first. Studer sat, waited, drove it, and not a ton of wind tonight. Drove it without that help of the wind, but that came off the bat in a hurry. And right in the alley and to the upper deck, and give Studer credit as she's got the home run. So that'll bring up Riley Baber, the first baseman for the Bears, who've already done some damage here in this one. And that one is hit high, mile high, but it's going to drift out of play. Oh, just barely. As great job by Tim to come over. Got a chance to get a glove on it. Wouldn't quite get there. Baber will have the count even now at 1-1. Baber leads the team with her batting average. Started 17 games this season, all but one, batting .432 out of Overland Park, just a sophomore. Started all 48 games last year as a freshman and takes ball 2, 2-1 the count. Downing struggled against South Dakota State in relief. Change up misses high. In that ball game against South Dakota State, the Cowgirls were in an even ball game at 4-4 as Riley Crandall started. Downing came in relief, and then Ruby Maitland came in and closed the door. Cowgirls then went on to score 8 and win in run rule fashion 12-4. And out in front of that one is Baber. There's a good change up. And the count runs full at 3-2. Downing out of Owasso, Oklahoma. That one's hit sharply in the alley, and it's got a lot of distance, and that's going to go over the gift shop's head, and nobody in that section wanted the souvenir, but that's back-to-back home runs for the Missouri State Bears. They've got a 2-0 lead here in Stillwater. And activity already in the Cowgirls, as you see, weighted outside, low outside pitch. Nice job by Baber to stay there and then take it and drive it. Showed the power again. .432 on the season for this young lady. And a visit coming out from Carrie Everly Parker. And we are going to have a pitching change. They're going to bring Riley Crandall in as they look to the dugout and to the bullpen. And obviously Downing not going to be happy with that outing. Just a freshman. Still trying to figure some things out, but after back-to-back home runs, Riley Crandall will come in relief for her. And we'll get some numbers on Riley here in just a minute. I want to go back to Baber. Baber now on the season, her 3rd home run and 15 RBI. And gave her team a 2-run lead. So Riley Crandall, who has been undoubtedly a much healthier Riley Crandall as of late. Last year she was injured, missed most of the season, didn't leave the season. By the time she had been hurt, she was not having the best season, and she obviously was not happy with the way things went last year. She got healthy, came back, and has started really, really well. And looking at Riley Crandall's numbers on the season, she is 6-0. with a 3.47 ERA, 38 1/3 innings pitched. That's second only to Ruby Maitland. She's had 20 strikeouts, 12 walks on the year. She's given up 5 home runs and has given up 7 doubles on the season. But she comes in down 2-0, and the next batter will be Aubrey Johansson, the left fielder. Look at her right there. Her numbers coming in. Johansson has a 279 in that 4-hole. Left fielder. She's got a couple of home runs as well. So good production at the top of the order for the Bears. And warmed up, ready to go. And there's a called strike. Crandall coming right after Johansson. Again, the 4-hole hitter. Imagine this team is young. Only 3 seniors for Coach Griffith on this team. 8 sophomores and 4 freshmen. Talked to Coach about her culture and what it is about her team going young. Can you keep kids here? And she said, we have not had a exodus or a major influx. The portal has not been much of a factor for our program, and in part because she said we have fun. Our kids have fun. We try to make sure that this is still a game and we can go out and play the game the right way. And we got 2 kids that came in from Central Arkansas, and those are because of connections with kids on the current team. Related and best friends, and they just happened to both be at Central Arkansas. And so that was it. In, out was 2 kids from a year ago. Johansson fell behind 0-2. That one off the plate 1-2. Batting .279. That one is chopped right down the first base side. Carly Godwin gloves it, steps on the bag, and out number 2 here in the top of the first. That's what Crandall wanted right there to get the ground out. Nice job. That was hit sharply to first. Godwin did a good job staying down on it. And that'll bring up the 5-hole hitter, Kayla Ulrich. Batting .186 on the season. She too has a couple home runs. Their home run power is well balanced throughout their lineup. There's an off-speed misses, and the count 1-1. Ulrich out of Sullivan, Missouri, a junior, and facing a 1-1 pitch. Fouls it back, 1-2. #44th at-bat of the season for Ulrich. And she hits that one. It flares, and it's going to fall over the first and in front of the right fielder. It got behind Godwin and landed in front of Tim. So another hit for the Bears in the top of the first. That's their 3rd. Little inside-out swing. And took that outside pitch, drove it to right field, and that's the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Bears with an already 2-0 lead. That'll bring up the center fielder, Bryn Romine. And falls behind 0-1 here. Romine batting .278 with 2 outs on the season. The situation she's got right here. Lots of production ahead of her already, though, for Coach Griffith and the Bears. Coach told me the difference for our team this year is we've had a tough schedule. We had a tough schedule last year. But it's tougher. It's a tough schedule, and we're actually winning some of these ball games. As I mentioned, they split with Ole Miss. As that one is a check swing right up to Jones. Jones flipped to Jones, and that's out. They get the lead runner at second. So the 3rd out, but not before. The Bears found their rhythm outside, hit a couple of big home runs, and they lead it 2-0. We go to the bottom of the first here in Stillwater. This is Big 12 softball on ESPN+.
If you happen to pick up a foul ball during the course of tonight's game, we ask that you please return that to the foul ball chute located above the 3rd base dugout.
I'll be pretty vocal. If it's something close, I'll tell you where I'm seeing it. If it's close, you don't have to ask. I'll let you know. Thank you.
Back to Stillwater, Oklahoma, where the Oklahoma State Cowgirls find themselves down 2-0 in the bottom of the first. And here's how the Cowgirls will bat it around today. Number 34, J.L. Austin, the center fielder, will lead things off, followed by Rosie Davis, Claire Tim, Amanda Hassler, the catcher, Carly Godwin, Aubrey Jones, the shortstop, the left fielder, Tia Warsop, Jaden Jones, second base, and the designated player tonight will be Gabby Castillo. And in the circle is a young lady that spent some time at Stillwater, Oklahoma as a high schooler, Mackenzie Swick, a senior. Right-handed pitcher, 2-1 on the season with a 5.23 ERA. 17 innings pitched. She's got 17 strikeouts and 11 walks on the season. And that's in there for a called strike to J.L. Austin, batting .296 on the season. J.L. Austin, another Owasso, Oklahoma product, with teammate Presley Downing, who started the ball game, and that one misses. Count now 2-1. Austin ahead. Swick on a team that went to the state tournament a couple of times for the Stillwater Lady Pioneers in Stillwater. There's a changeup, and Austin stays back. Got a good piece of it, but not quite enough. And Rowland in right field able to slide to her right and make the catch for the outs. A good start for Swick. That changeup, and you could tell that Austin was sitting changeup. Didn't quite get enough on it, and the first pitch to Rosie Davis is a called strike, the third baseman. Rosie Davis batting .339 on the season out of Readyville, Tennessee. That one misses just low, 1-1. Rosie, a junior. That one fouled back, count 1-2. Davis spent some time at second, made that move to third, and it was a decision that coach wanted to make, needed to make based on the roster. And Rosie said, not a problem. Rosie, the hero against the number 4 team in the country last Thursday night, as that ball's way outside. 2-2. Just going to see if Rosie was going to chase it. She did not. Hit the game winner in the bottom of the 11th against the number 4 team in the country. A solo shot that is still climbing. That one is hit, got underneath it, right field. Rowland's going to get another opportunity for a second put out of the inning. And 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Looking at the defense for the Bears, Studer, Evans, Girardi, Baber around the bags, and McLaughlin behind the dish. Johansson, Romine, Rowland around the outfield, and Mackenzie Swick in the circle. So the battery is from Stillwater. And there's a called strike to Claire Tim, the right fielder for the Cowgirls. Tim out of Buena Park, California, senior, batting .396. And the 0-1 is up high and away, 1-1. That one is hit sharply, and that was going to get to the wall, and that's going to be a souvenir in the gift shop. Sound the horn. Claire Tim clears it, and there's the horn, and the Cowgirls have cut the deficit in half. I was just looking. She had 11 home runs last season, and she added to her total this year. She stayed low on it and absolutely drove that ball on a line into the gift shop. They've got their first souvenir, and for Claire Tim on the season, that's home run number 4. 2-1 our score, bottom of first. Lots of action offensively for these two teams to start, and that'll bring up Amanda Hassler. Hassler certainly got home run power as well. There's a change up, and that's in there for a strike. That's a great job. Coach told me that when Swick is when her changeup is on, that's when she's really hard to hit, and we know she's in sync. Came right back with one just off the plate. Good location that time, just missed, and the count 1-1. That one misses off the plate as well. 2-1 to Hassler out of Avon, Connecticut. A senior, splitting time at catcher. More time for her than Audrey Schneidmiller, but they have split quite a bit of time so far this season, and a luxury to have the depth at catcher. Neither one of them will get worn out sitting back there all season long. Both young ladies have had good offensive power and production for Coach Kenny Gajewski. Hassler ahead here, 3-1. Here's the pitch. That is a strike. Came right after her right there. So the count is full to Hassler, the catcher, and the pitch. That one is hit hard. Great job there by Evan. She snow-coned it, but got the glove on it. Made the throw in time, and that'll do it for the Cowgirls in the bottom of the first. But not before. Claire Tim stayed on one, drove it, and got it out of there. There's a replay of the final out right there by Hassler, and good job by the Bears to get out of the inning. 2-1. Cowgirls trail it to the Bears. We move to the top of 2 here in Stillwater. We're back right after this.
Brady's Frozen Custard, Kanaka Sausage, and Good Boy Vodka as our preferred concession partner. Whether you're hungry or in need of a beverage, be sure to make these your go-to concession. Our thanks to these great partners for their support of OSU Athletics.
Welcome back to Cowgirls Stadium. Oklahoma State Cowgirls hosting the Bears of Missouri State. And we move to the top of the second inning. For the Missouri State Bears, they will bring to the plate the 7-hole hitter, the catcher, Sydney McLaughlin. And Riley Crandall will remain in the circle for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls.
Leading off the top of the second for Missouri State, the catcher, number 23, Sydney McLaughlin.
No, Coach Griffith was excited to bring the Stillwater kids back home, give them an opportunity to play in front of the old home crowd. That one is fouled out of play by McLaughlin, and the count 0-1. You know, it's awesome. One of the things that is enjoyable about this opportunity is getting the chance to meet the coaches. And obviously, Kenny Gajewski been here 11 years. We know what Kenny G is all about. And got a chance to spend some time with Coach Griffith right before the game started here today. As that one misses tall to McLaughlin. Count 1-1. But talking to her, she said, I asked her about the Dallas Central connection. Dallas Central, Iowa is where she's from. And her dad is a coaching legend up there. And he, Steve Schlafke, I hope I'm saying that right, Coach. I apologize if not. And Luann, it was his assistant. So her mom was her dad's assistant. And she said, I would stop in the dugout, get something to eat, get money for a hot dog at about the 6th inning, and then I'd go on and play. And they never knew where I was. I might be playing ball, might be getting dirty. I was doing something, but that's how I grew up and love it. And she said, I love bringing these kids, giving them an opportunity to come back here as The 3-1 is in there for a called strike 3-2. McLaughlin batting .286 on the season. Base is clear in front of her right now. She's been batting, has not had a hit as a leadoff hitter on the season. This is her 15th at bat of the year, and she draws the walk. So good patient at bat for McLaughlin. Again, the Stillwater product, and she is at first. That lady, again, Coach Griffith out of Dallas Central, Iowa, where her dad, again, was the coach. They actually have a young lady that's on the team as well, and her dad coached her too. And just retired a couple of years ago as that ball is fouled back by Emily Evans. Tried to lay down the bunt, either get the sack bunt or maybe get the hit. Is surprised the Cowgirls a little bit. The shortstop, good speed, batting .143 on the season. This time she's swinging away, and it'll be fouled back over the stands on the right side, down the first base side. So Evans will fall behind 0-2. You just tell the coach his spent 10 years at Drake. She was in the Missouri Valley for really a long time. Also with Missouri State in the Missouri Valley. They made that change to Conference USA a year ago, and now that's where they're competing. And she said if you look at the RPIs of the conferences, last year we were in the teens, 12 to 13, 14 range. Conference USA more of the number 8. So the competition is definitely tougher. She says, don't get me wrong, I love the Mallet, love the Valley. The Valley has been good, and I've spent a lot of time there. Comes from a softball mind, and I just love, again, just enjoyed having the conversation and getting a chance. She got 3 young kids at home, and she said, don't tell my husband, but I do like the road games. It's get a little quiet. I understand that. As the count goes full to Emily Evans, the shortstop. Culture is let's have fun, let's play hard, let's win ball games, and that's what they've been able to do this year. She continues to try to turn things around. That time Evans over the top of that one, and there's the first strikeout of the ball game for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. So we catch another look at this one right here. A little more elevated than I thought. Thought she actually came over it from watching the actual game, but watching the screen, you can see she was underneath it just a shade. Now to bring up Emily Girardi. Shows bunt again with 1 gone. Over there at first is McLaughlin, who drew the walk. And the 9-hole hitter is Emily Girardi, the second baseman, batting .200. Girardi, a junior out of Omaha, Nebraska. Missouri Valley Conference All-Defensive Player a year ago out at Elkhorn South High School. Lays down the bunt. Godwin kind of in no man's land. Nobody covering. Turned, wanted to flip. But everybody safe. Well placed by Girardi. Just enough away from Crandall. And also in front of Carly Godwin that they got caught. Not sure who was going to defend it. And they didn't have anybody covering. So the Bears more offense in the top of the second. Runners at first and second, and 1 gone. Back to the top of the order. Lauren Rowland. Rowland grounded out to the pitcher the first time up, back to Downing when she was still in the ball game for Oklahoma State. After that, it was back-to-back home runs. There's a changeup, and Rowland extremely late on that pitch. Tells you just how devastating of a pitch that was, as Crandall just floated that thing in there. Coach Griffith told me, we work with 3 different weighted balls, and every time you put them in, they can go 3 different directions. You never know what's coming at you. And because the game was supposed to be yesterday, let's try that again, it's supposed to be tomorrow instead of today, they didn't have a chance to work as much on the specifics and the pitching with Oklahoma State as they wanted. As Roland behind 0-1 here. Try that again, 1-2 as scoreboard. There it is, 1-2, and it'll stay 1-2. But she said we go slower than slow and we speed it up faster than fast. That ball by Crandall on that changeup was so incredibly slow. It took forever for it to get there. So runners at first and second. Count 2-2 now to Roland, the right fielder, trying to add to her RBI total. She's got 13 on the season. We'll try to get to 14 here. With a runner in scoring position. That one is hit to Jones. Makes the throw to Jones. Try to turn two. They do not. But they do get the out at second. That'll be the second out of the inning. And the runner's on the corners for the Bears. That'll be a fielder's choice for Roland.
Now batting the third baseman, number 3, Hallie Stewart.
That'll bring up, there you see that one is Aubrey Jones to Jaden Jones, the Jones connection. And this young lady just hit a home run, a solo shot in the top of the first. Second batter, nobody on, but Hallie Studer cranked one. And she's got 2 on right now. 243 batter, 3 home runs down the season, 6 RBI. That changeup misses, 2-0. Crandall digs in, goes right by Studer this time, and able to get it by her for strike 1. Mentioned it earlier, but it's a young lady that was a NFCA All-America Scholar last season as she fouls that one back, count even at 2-2. Started a lot of games last year, and she's not messing around. She's a biomedical science major. Gave her team the early lift, trying to help them out even more here. 2-2 pitch. Crandall digs in, and that one is hit right. It's going to be deep, and it's going to go foul, but it was out. It just drifted past that right field foul pole. And we'll do it again, but maybe lesson learned for Crandall there, as right now looks like Stewart is seeing the ball extremely well. This one way out of the zone, and just going to see if she would come up after one, and Studer did not. 3-2. Runners on the corners. How much are you going to come after them right here with an open bag? Back. We'll do it again. Riley Crandall out of Artesia, New Mexico. And that ball is hit. It is hit a long ways, but it's going to be holed up at the track. And Hallie Stewart nearly got herself another one, but that time Austin was able to get back far enough to bring it in for out number 3. But Stewart seeing the ball beautifully right now. You can see just a little bit underneath it. Crandall's reaction, and that's how the top of the second will come to an end. The Cowgirls trailing at 2-1 in Stillwater. This is Big 12 softball on ESPN+.
Fans, take a look at section 204, row 9, seats 6 and 7. If you like those seats, then go to visitstillwaterok.org for your chance to win them.
You got these microphones now. One of these guys is busting my chop. I guess they don't really like my throwing motion. So when I threw the ball at Fisher, they said, man, you can take throwing lessons. Hey, get it done.
Welcome back to Stillwater, Oklahoma. We go to the bottom of the second inning where the Oklahoma State Cowgirls trail the Missouri State Bears 2-1. Back-to-back home runs in the first by Studer and Baber were able to lift the Bears to a 2-0 lead. Then in the bottom of the first, Claire Tim hit a home run herself. So we've already had 3 home runs in this ball game, and it's 2-1. In favor of the Bears.
The first baseman, number 14, Carly
Leading things off for the Cowgirls in the bottom of 2. Carly Godwin, the first baseman out of Lake Waccamaw, North Carolina. Lake Waccamaw. You're from Lake Waccamaw. I apologize because I know you just cringed when I said it just a moment ago. 309 hitter on the season. And ahead in the count here, 1-0. Mackenzie Swick still in the circle, Stillwater kid. Sydney McLaughlin in the catcher's position. So the battery again, Stillwater, Oklahoma products. Carly Godwin hits that one on a line, and great job by Romine. Initially, it looked like she was going to let it bounce, but it carried, and it was tailing away right into her, and she was able to maneuver her body and somehow get a glove on it. Terrific catch by Romine in center. We'll take another look at it again. Got a little bit of a jam, and then Romine was able to get there.
Number 7, Aubrey Jones.
So one gone here. That'll bring up Aubrey Jones, the freshman, as she hits that one right back to Swick. Swick underhand flip over to the right to Baber, and 2 gone. 1 pitch out right there. Good production by Swick. And Aubrey Jones gives way after just 1 pitch and 2 gone. And now the left fielder will step in for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls, Tia Warson. Tia from Northampton, England.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 9, Tia Warsop.
Tia Warsop, the left fielder, batting .333. Watches ball 1 come by. Infield on the move. Think they thought she was going to lay that down. She is one of the speedy players for Oklahoma State. They've got more speed than they've had in a long time. Not just 1 or 2 players. They've got about 6 or 7 kids that can fly. Their outfield can absolutely fly. And a 2-0 count to Warsop. Swick has pitched 22 pitches so far, and now 23, and the 23rd is a strike on the 3-0, and therefore a strike. And Warsop was about to head down to first, but it was a called strike, so it's 3-1. And she'll rip that one foul just outside the first base line, past the outstretched glove of Baber for strike number 2. Comes from the left side, can slap, she can bunt, she can hit. A little bit of everything. More swings than anything, and right there you see what she can do. She drives that one into the gap, into center field to Romine, and the Cowgirls have a runner on board with 2 gone.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 71, Jaden Jones.
The Cowgirls get a base runner here in the bottom of 2, trailing it 2-1. The 2 gone for Jaden Jones, the second baseman. Ball outside, ball 1. As is that one, ball 2. Jaden Jones out of Gaylord, Michigan. And she smoked that one foul towards the dugout and caroms into right field. Orsup will retreat back to first. Open stance, left side against the righty, and that one is hit to the short, and the shortstop Evans makes another nice play, steps on second, and gets the put out all on her own, unassisted. And the Cowgirl threat is done here in the bottom of 2. 2-1, the Bears on top of the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Back to Cowgirl Stadium in Stillwater, Oklahoma after this timeout.
Back in there, Rod.
Your attention, fans, if you have a standing room only ticket, you are now free to move to any open orange seat. However, we remind you that season ticket holders will have priority to their seats throughout the game.
Two to one here in Stillwater. The Bears on top of the Oklahoma State Cowgirls.
Leading off the top of the third quarter.
And we go to the top of the third. And then leading things off will be number 22, the first baseman, Riley Baber. I mentioned the Missouri Bears, a couple of Stillwater young ladies, a couple of seniors. Mackenzie Swick is a pitcher. Those strikeouts she's had in her career, 5. As Baber starts out 1-1, just looking at some of her career numbers. Over the course of her time, and the most innings she's pitched in a game is 8. And for Sydney McLaughlin, most at bats she's ever had in a game is 5 against Army last season, and 4 RBIs against Central Arkansas. A couple of walks at Murray State. 3 hits against Northern Iowa. Been productive for the Bears and for Coach Griffith. And both seniors coming to Joplin. Baber 1-1, batting .444. Baber had the home run her first time up. Came after the first home run by Studer, and she made it 2-0. So back-to-back solo home runs gave the Bears the early lead. Baber looking at another full count right here at 3-2. His hit, reached out and was able to slap it. That's going to go all the way to the wall, and Baber's going to back up a home run with a double. She and Studer both seeing the ball very well right now. Cowgirls do have some work going on in the bullpen. I believe that is Ruby Malin that is warming up as you see the double. Stand-up double, in fact, by Baber. Going to bring up the left fielder, Aubrey Johansson, 0 for 1 today. Grounded out. Her first time up. There's a big cut and a strike. Batting .273 now is Johansson. Big exhale and steps back in, looking at Crandall coming at her with the 0-1. That one is hit hard and just foul. Well, right now, I got to tell you too, I was in the cages when this team was hitting. Got a chance. I was going to try to talk to Coach Griffith, and she was pitching, so didn't get a chance to talk to her at that point. But I watched her team, and they were swinging in the cages, and they were, I mean, they were smoking the ball everywhere. They seem to be hitting very well, and Coach told us as that one comes up a strikeout after a great swing that nearly got down on that right side. Now a strikeout, out number 1. That'll bring up Kayla Ulrich, the designated player, batting .205. 1 for 1 of the day. She had the single to right field last time up, and she's got a strike. But they were hitting everything, and it wasn't, you could just tell the sounds are different, right? You know when a ball is well struck, and they were striking everything in the cages. So Coach said we were extremely excited just to be able to play. We're excited to bring 2 kids back to Stillwater. We were excited to play this caliber of a team. We don't have many more chances to do that. Obviously, they still have Arkansas. They'll have Missouri. They've got some chances, but before they get ready for conference season, like we got one more road contest, and we want to play with some joy and be excited. She said, my team is. And they played that way today. That has not been, that didn't seem like coach speak lip service. It seems like that's truly how her team has played so far here today, as Ulrich is now behind 1-2. Crandall trying to get in the groove. There's a foul ball, just got a piece of it and fouls it back for Ulrich. 2 strikeouts so far today for Crandall. Gave up the walk, the bunt single. Is not giving up a score, and they're going to check it, and they're going to say she went. So back-to-back strikeouts now for Riley Crandall. As I said, starting to get in the groove as you see Baber at second in scoring position, but look at this pitch right here. Nice job on the outside. I don't even know if they had to appeal it. It may have been called strike either way. And that'll bring up Bryn Romine, the center fielder, batting .260 on the season. Runner in scoring position. She's got 4 RBI. Trying to find some more offense to give the Bears an insurance run. That was in there for a strike, and Riley really is, Crandall really is starting to settle in now, starting to relax a little bit, starting to throw and hit her spots. The 1-1. Job of Romine. She started to step and either slap, bunt, or slap it, and decided to let it go, and it's out of the zone. 2-1. Now when she hits right back, it's underneath Crandall's glove, and they're going to send her, and that's going to be a run. And it's a little bit of a surprise right there as Austin tried to make the throw, and it just came out of her hand funny. And that's going to be an RBI single. Gets underneath Crandall's glove, and right here, Austin has her. Has to flip her hips, got there late, and didn't get the arm back in time. A little surprised they sent Baber, because that should have not been a possibility, but good things happen when you put the ball in play, and Romine has an RBI single. And Romine is, again, got the single, then advanced to second on the throw, so she's in scoring position, and the Bears have a 3-1 lead. Brings up Sydney McLaughlin. Walked her first time up, batting .286, 3 RBI, has an opportunity for a 4th. Runner again in scoring position for the Bears. Even a 1-1. Check swing, foul, strike 2. And McLaughlin obviously disappointed with that. He's going to stay off of it. The ball just rose into the bat, flicked off of it, and count 1-2. So let's see how Riley handles that. She had back-to-back strikeouts, was ahead with a 1-2 count, then a soft roller got underneath her and squirts into center field for the RBI single. See if you can settle back in and come right back after the Bears, who have seen the ball very well and have swung it well all night long, all the way up and down the lineup. 2-2. Just misses. Count 3-2. Crowd wanted the strikeout. I think Crandall looked like she thought that was in the zone. And a count full. 3-2 pitch on the way. 2 gone, 1 on. That one is popped up, and it is popped up into center field again. Another warning track hit for the Missouri State Bears, but Austin able to get there. But another run for the Bears. An RBI single by Romine, and the Bears have a 3-1 lead. They're threatening in Stillwater. Big 12 softball on ESPN Plus continues right after this.
All right, fans, turn your attention to left field. It's time for the Proton Fight Club Fizzy Bat Race, brought to you by the Oklahoma Proton Center. Our contestants tonight are Landry and Elias. They'll spin around their bat 10 times, run to grab the inflatable bat, and then try to hit the inflatable softball. Whoever hits the ball the furthest will be our winner. On your mark. Get set, go! And we've got a winner. Thanks to both our contestants for their support of Cowgirl Softball, and our thanks to the Oklahoma Proton Center, proud sponsor of OSU Athletics.
Well, a fun contest between innings, and one Landry Gum was out there competing and was showing he's an athlete. I'm glad there's an athlete in that family. And there's an athlete right there for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. That is number 33, Gavin Castillo, just a freshman from Richmond, Texas. Churchill Fulshire High School. Bats left, throws right, and young lady's got speed. She's been contending to try to get time at second base. Designated player today, and the 9-hole hitter for Coach Kenny Gajewski. And that first pitch way off the mark. And we do have a new pitcher in the circle for the Missouri State Bears. Number 1, Briley Brewster. She too is a freshman out of Warsaw, Missouri, coming from the left side. So a lefty-lefty matchup here. Coming in relief for Swick. And the count 2-0 right now to Castillo. Coming in there for a strike. On the season, Brewster has a 6.89 ERA. Has pitched 20 1/3 innings. Has the count 3-1. Given up 22 walks as opposed to 17 strikeouts. Been a bit of a problem, and that's how this one will start as she walks Castillo. How to bring out McLaughlin. Want to talk it over with the freshman, make sure they're on the same page. Hey, calm her down, make her smile a little bit. Good job by the catcher coming out and having that conversation, making sure everybody's good to go as the Cowgirls have turned the order over. Back up to J.L. Austin. Center fielder flying out to right field her first time up.
Now batting the center fielder, number 34, J.L. Austin.
Austin, I mentioned several times, out of Owasso, Oklahoma, batting .291. Looked to show bunt. And then pulls that back for ball 1. Pretty good crowd on hand for a Tuesday night game on a cool night in Stillwater, on a game that was supposed to be played on Wednesday night. But due to weather, impending weather, then rain, both teams agreed to play today. That ball gets past McLaughlin, and that will allow Castillo to move to second. This team in Missouri State drove up today. They'll play this game, and then they'll drive back tonight. That team glad to be at home, not only tonight, but also this upcoming weekend. We'll look at the schedules for these two teams coming up in just a little bit, as that's in there for a strike. Count 2-1. Austin takes strike 2, and the count evens at 2-2. So good job there by Brewster. Started out behind 2-0, but is able to come back right there and get a couple of strikes across to even the count at 2-2. And that one just a little high and outside. Count full. Three-two pitch on the way. That's ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued by Brewster. I mentioned that's, again, you look at her numbers, it would suggest she's had a little bit of control issues. And gives up the walk, and the Cowgirls now starting to create a threat in the bottom of 3. It's the first walk the Cowgirls have had in the contest. Conversation once again with the battery and the infield coming in. Good to see if the Missouri State's going to make a change, and they are. Missouri State is now going to bring in number 27, Emily Coranda, another freshman. Marion, Iowa, Linn-Mar High School. She'll get a chance to warm up. So the third pitcher of record. coach obviously trying to get several kids opportunities here. You obviously want to win. You obviously want to win on the road against the number 12 team in the country. You want to build a resume. But you also understand that you've got games coming up that are conference games, and quite literally are more important. Conference standings are going to be more important, and you have to get kids innings of work. So find somebody to get in a little groove and keep going what Swick had developed. And the Cowgirls on their heels a little bit. The Bears have 6 hits in this ball game. Oklahoma State has 2. And after back-to-back walks, they've got a little bit of a threat going on here. And they're ready to go. And the power of Rosie Davis will be at the plate for the Cowgirls. The third baseman flying out to right field her first time up. 0 for 1 on the day.
Now batting the third baseman.
Rosie's been sporting that black eye. It's getting a lot better, but you can still see it looks like she's got eye black around that left eye. That is actually a black eye. That one is skipped in there. And good job by McLaughlin to block it, keeping runners at home. Davis batting .333 with runners in scoring position, which equals her overall average. And turned, wanted to pull it back, check swing, fouls it off. Foul, that'll be strike 1, count 1-1. Another one got down, blocked by McLaughlin, and the count goes to 2-1. Castillo at first, J.L. Austin is at first. Back-to-back walks, nobody gone here. And that check swing, that's not a check swing, excuse me, that's an inside-out swing, and a very late swing for Rosie Davis. Fouls it down the first base side, count 2-2. Seen the Cowgirls play every kind of softball so far. They've shown power, they've shown small ball ability, lay it down, move station to station. They've got different opportunities as the count runs full at 3-2. Terrific speed. They can put pressure on the defense. They can hit with power. Certainly play some defense on the other side. So they've won it in a lot of ways. That one is hit to the shortstop, and Evans is having a night as she got the lead runner, flipped her hips, threw it to third, got it to Studer, and that is a fielder's choice for Rosie Davis. Still have runners at first and second, only 1 out, so you're still in a great situation if you're Oklahoma State. But Evans, that was not an easy play whatsoever because Castillo was very close to third before she was able to flip the hips and make that throw. But she does cleanly and gets the first out, gets the lead runner. First and second now for the Cowgirls for Claire Tim. Look at Claire, the Buena Park product. A senior batting .408. That first swing was hit hard, foul. That one ball, even 1-1. Back, do it again. That one's a little tall upstairs. NFCA third team all region last year was Claire Tim. The academic all district team as well. She takes ball 3. $11 home runs last season, 1 home run tonight, 4 on the season for this young lady, and she's got the bags full now as she watches another walk. And the Bears putting themselves in perils, not because of hits, but walks. They got the fielder's choice lead runner a moment ago, but another walk, the third issued by 2 different pitchers. And the bases are loaded, and that's going to bring in Coach Griffith to make sure everybody's on the same page. Don't think we'll have a pitching change right here, but Again, going to talk a little strategy and how they want to handle Amanda Hassler. Grounded out to short her first time up. Hassler's got terrific power. They can certainly change the whole ball game right here. First runs batted in for Hassler in a ball game. She had 6 last year against Penn. She has had 2 home runs in 1 ball game 5 different times. Again, terrific power for Hassler. She's got the bases juiced in front of her.
Now batting the catcher, number 3, Amanda Hassler.
We'll see what Hassler has after the timeout from Coach Griffith. Kenny Gajewski got his crew together as well. In the first pitch, and Hassler was swinging for Perry, Oklahoma. That was a big monster cut, and she came up empty as it got just underneath her bat. And the count 0-1. And there's a called strike right there. Good job. With the first pitch, now the second for Coranda. 0-2 to Hassler. Nowhere to put her. Got a pitch to her. But you got a couple of throwaway pitches now. And the 0-2. That's a changeup, and it's hit deep into left field. And that's going to be a tag situation for the Cowgirls. Cowgirls will tag it up, and J.L. Austin will score. So that's a sac fly for Hassler. 2 gone. It's 3-2. Missouri State on top. That RBI, nice job right there. Good job by Johansson to get there, but there was no way she was going to get J.L. Austin. And the runner's now at first and second, but 2 gone for Carly Godwin. Again, Godwin has the ability to change the complexion of this ball game as well. Only 1 home run this season, but Godwin has lots of power. That one runs off the plate. Now they do have an open bag, but 2 gone, 2-0 count. See how careful they're going to be with Carly Godwin. That one is hit, and it is blistered, and it is about 1 foot outside that foul line. And Kenny Gajewski was throwing the go sign up to the runners, and Rosie Davis was on the move. So was Claire Tim. It's a great job of throwing that thing out in front. Got her hands out in front just a little too early this time. So the 2-1 coming up. And that's a called strike. 2-2. Coranda trying to get out of a jam. Had the bases loaded, giving up 1, but that's it so far. 2-2 pitch. Outside, nice pitch. That's a good pitch, and it's a tough take right there for the Cowgirls, and a nice job of doing that for Godwin. Again, the first baseman. 3-2 money pitch on the way. It's hit right up the middle. That will score 1. It could. Well, it won't score 2 because there's going to be a play at second, but a bobble in center field, and that allowed the runners to advance 1 more time. If the Cowgirls had seen it, they might have scored again, but that will put Tim at third. She holds up there. Carly Godwin's got the RBI single, advances to second, and Rosie Davis scores there for Oklahoma State. We're all tied up at 3 apiece.
The shortstop, number 7, Aubrey Jones.
Runners on at second and third in scoring position now for Aubrey Jones, the shortstop. Throws that one off the plate, 1-0. Again, Coach Griffith went with Swick. She pitched it well. Got with a couple of freshmen and a little bit of struggles here for Missouri State since then. There's a good pitch that gets the grounder and the ground out, and the Missouri State Bears are out of the inning. But the Cowgirls able to put 2 on the board, and we're all knotted up at 3 apiece. Going to the top of the 4th as we continue at Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is Big 12 softball on ESPN+.
Keep your head in the game. If you drink during the game, have a ride ready or after. Alcohol sales will end at the start of the 5th inning. Remember, never drink and drive. This has been a message from NDUI and the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office.
Welcome back to Stillwater, Oklahoma. The Cowgirls have a pitching change of their own as Ruby Malin will start things here in the 4th in the circle, the 3rd pitcher of record for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Cowgirls starting Presley Downing and went with Riley Crandall on the relief, and now Ruby Malin in the circle for the Cowgirls with a chance to get a win. 3-3 our score. And she will face Emily Evans, the shortstop, the speedy Emily Evans. We've seen her make some terrific plays at shortstop. And we've seen her, saw her speed in the box early. She struck out, but she showed just how quick she is. And you see how hard Ruby Malin's pitching. Boy, she is pitching at a different level this season. Has upped her pitch velocity. She's also changed the number of pitches she has in the toolbox, and she's been really good for Oklahoma State. She's done it several different ways. She has started, she has relieved, and she's closed a lot of games for the Cowgirls this season. Backs away, now steps in, looks for the 2-1 to Evans, who's batting 133. And is ahead in the count, 3-1. Talked about the Missouri. There's a strike, 3-2. Mentioned the Missouri State Bears. Again, they will not open up their home portion until March 9th when they take on Arkansas. They will leave here, go back home. As that one is fouled back, Emily Evans stays alive there. We will get ready to go to Bowling Green, Kentucky, and take on Western Kentucky for their Conference USA opener. That is on the road. Then they'll finally come home March 9th to take on Arkansas. And then Kennesaw State, as that's fouled off the foot of Evans. That'll be their home conference opener. One game at home, and then the conference opener against Kennesaw State. Take on Southern Illinois University Edwardsville, which is the alma mater of the head coach of Missouri State. That one is hit pretty hard down the right side, out of play. And a good AB right here for Evans, fighting off Ruby Malin. is hit, and Jones shows the cannon that she's got in the range. Drifted to her left, sprinted to her left, got that glove down, flipped, and showed that power. That ball was on the move, and it needed to be because Evans is so speedy, but again, Jones had her easily. That's a terrific. It's good AB right there for Evans, and that's a great play by Jones. Cowgirls are 3 of 11 batting, and the Missouri State Bears are 6 for 16. Brings up Emily Girardi. She's ahead 2-0. Spoken a lot about Girardi's. Of course, Joe Girardi was in the broadcast booth with us here. Yep, legendary manager for the New York Yankees was in the booth with us and spent 5 innings here for that second game against Nebraska. There's a called strike. It was quite a fun broadcast for Chris Dill and myself. Speaking of Chris Dill, he'll be back with us. The next broadcast for the Cowgirls will be this weekend. Here's the 2-1. That's another slap miss, and 2-2 the count to Girardi. His knowledge of the game and his study of both Nebraska and Oklahoma State was nothing short of impressive. Here's the 2-2. There's another swing and a miss. That's a strike and a strikeout. So Ruby Malin comes in and gets a strikeout, and 2 gone in the top of the 4th. Conference opener for Oklahoma State, as you saw there, is coming up. The Cowgirls got to UCF Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Back to the top of the order. 3rd time today the Cowgirls have faced Lauren Rowland. She's 0 for 2 today. Grounded out, flied out, and batting .279 behind 0-1, now even at 1-1. Look at the Cowgirls weekend coming up, and those times as this place will be full at the anticipating good weather again this weekend. And when it is off the end of the bat, coming over for the Cowgirls is Tim, and she makes the catch just inside foul territory, rather. And that is out number 3. So the Cowgirls settle down 1-2-3 in the top of the 4th. Cowgirls trying to take the lead for the first time in this ball game. It's 3-3 in Stillwater. This is Big 12 softball on ESPN+.
Fans, our friends at Oklahoma Promo are sending T-shirts your way. Get on your feet, make some noise, and remember that Oklahoma Promo has you covered for all of your promotional product needs. Again, fans, we remind you if you picked up a foul ball, please return that to the foul ball chute located above the 3rd base dugout.
We've got a ball game in Stillwater. The Missouri State Bears scored 2 at the top of the 1st, took a 2-0 lead. Cowgirls answered with 1 in the bottom of the 1st. 2-1, both teams scoreless in the 2nd. Missouri State added 1 in the top of the 3rd. Cowgirls tied it up with 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Missouri State did not score in the top of the 4th, and that's where we are right now. 3-3 for these 2 teams, and leading things off for the Cowgirls is Tia Warsup. Fouls that one into the dirt. And 0-1 the count for her. On the day, Warsup is 1 for 1. That single out to center field. Looks at a ball there, 1-1. It's going to be an interesting Big 12 season, looking at obviously Texas Tech. After getting to the College World Series a year ago, a lot of people expect them to be able to get there, maybe make another deep run. Oklahoma State, Arizona State's played very well this year. That'll be the Cowgirls' first road conference series, will be in Tempe, Arizona. Cowgirls will be in contention to win this conference if they continue to play the way they have to this point against some of the best teams in the country. Cowgirls have taken on a lot of ranked opponents. Of course, it fouls that off for strike 2. Now the count 3-2. Of course, batting .345 now for Oklahoma State. That one is hit, and it's hit well, but coming over, hung in the air a little longer than it looked like it was going to off of the bat as Johansson's able to get there for the out. The ball looked like it was going to drift farther right, but it had spin on it, and it spun right back into Johansson as she was able to get there for the first out of the inning.
Jayden Jones.
That'll bring up Jayden Jones out of Gaylord, Michigan. Karanda still in the circle, the third pitcher of the night for Coach Griffith, and trying to pitch her backwards there with a changeup. It misses, 1-0. 194 hitter for Jones, trying to find a little groove offensively. It's been very good for the Cowgirls on the defensive side. Castillo has pushed her a little bit for some playing time and some innings. There's a big cut for Jones. Slid back, was sliding back as she started to make that cut. Moving a little too much there, just missed it. 194 hitter. And 2-1 count. Now a 3-1 count, well ahead. Hitter's pitch coming her way potentially. We'll see. One gone. Cowgirls trying to get the first lead of the ball game. They've been out hit 6-3. The Bears have one error. And that's a called strike. Count goes full. But the Cowgirls have been able to tie it up here. 3-3. That one is hit out of play, first base side. Try it again, third base side. Looking at the numbers for Jones, she's had 7 hits on the season. 8 RBI, has walked 8 times, struck out 8 times, 2 double bases. And she's been hit by a pitch a couple of times. Here's the 3-2. That one fouled off of her. She ticked it into that foot. Probably glad she's got that shin guard there, although she was kind of shaking off the left foot as if it came off of that inside ankle. And she'll hang in there and do the 3-2 money pitch all over again. Fouls it off. Good AB right here for Jones. He can pitcher work a little bit here. Fouls off yet another one. Count will stay 3-2, and we'll step back in and do it again. Just got a piece of it, but it was caught for the strikeout, and that'll be out number 2. Give Karanda credit right there. That's a nice pitch. As she just kept battling and battling and battling until she finally won the AB. This ball was ticked, but I think McLaughlin, I do think it was ticked, and McLaughlin obviously caught it. So that'll bring up the designated player, Gabby Castillo, number 33 for the Cowgirls. Just off the plate, 1-0. Out of Richmond, Texas, batting .538. 2 weekends ago, she was 5 for 6 with 4 walks, 10 ABs, 9 on base out of 10 times, 900 on base percentage, 900, and it's a pretty good weekend if you can get it. That was even a 1-1. That one misses, 2-1. She's batting .538 as Coranda continues to battle in the circle for Coach Griffith. Well struck foul. Cowgirls trying to find their first lead of this ball game. Missouri State led 2-1, 3-1, then tied up at 3 apiece. Here's the pitch, and that time Castillo was watching it and swung anyway, even though she knew it was drifting inside for another strikeout for Coranda. So with that pitch, that swing, Missouri State holds, and we go to the top of the 5th. It's 3-3 in Stillwater. This is Big 12 softball on ESPN+.
Okay, I'll start with the whole United States. Texas. Okay. I don't know, all I know is that I'm from Missouri. Somewhere over here. Right? Missouri.
Leading off the top of the 5th for Missouri State, the third baseman, number 3.
Well, we're back to it here in Stillwater as Hallie Studer will lead things off, and in the circle for the Cowgirls, that young lady, that is obviously Ruby Malin, as she's come on in relief in a 3-3 ball game. Started in the 4th and did a great job of setting the batters down, and Missouri State trying to get back going offensively and regain the lead here. 1-0 misses, 2-0. Talked about this team and the makeup for the Missouri State. 3 seniors, 6 juniors, 8 sophomores, and 4 freshmen. Interestingly enough, 2, that's fouled in the dirt, 2-1. 4 Oklahoma kids, 2 aforementioned Stillwater kids. The battery started with Swick and McLaughlin. Got 2 young ladies, 1 from Owasso. And they also have another young lady from Broken Arrow. Lily Evans is from Broken Arrow. They talk about her speed. That one is hit. Jones, the cut. Oh my, that's a great play right there. That is a fantastic play. She showed the gun again. It took her a long ways to get there. That ball just barely outside the second base bag. She had to travel a long ways to get there and then flip the hips. Actually didn't even have to flip the hip, just flip the arm, and showed just how much strength she had from that situation. And I'll tell you what, that's great range right there. That's Kylie Naomi, former Cowgirl softball shortstop kind of range. Great start defensively for Oklahoma State. That's an inside-out swing for for Riley Baber. Try it again. Yeah, Riley Baber. So Baber is a triple away from hitting for the cycle. What's this one? Just an inside-out swing. Fought it off. Got it past Jaden Jones. Just past the glove into right field out there to Tim. Baber now has a home run, a double, a single. A triple away from the cycle. Here in this one, she has hit the Cowgirls well. She's got hits off all three pitchers, I believe. And that one is hit into left field, and back-to-back hits as Aubrey Johansson gets her first hit of the day. She was 0 for 2, batting .267. Add to that average right here, just enough to lift it over Jones's head into left field. And runners at first and second. Now 8 hits on the day for Missouri State. Designated player, Kayla Ulrich. We've got a pinch runner in the lineup. Number 26, that is Maya January from Spring Hill, Kansas. That's one of the Central Arkansas transfers. She will pinch run at second, coming in for Emily Evans. And Carrie Eberly Parker wants to talk to Ruby. Make sure everybody's still on the same page there as you see her talking to Ruby Malin. It's a short visit. Probably just making sure everybody's got the right sign. And 1 gone, 2 on for Missouri State, trying to regain the lead, put a little pressure on the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Kayla Ulrich is 1 for 2 today. Hit the single to right field in the first, struck out in the third. First time she has seen Malin today. Malin blew that one through there for a strike. Just at the top of the zone, 1-1. You have to be impressed with the Cowgirl shortstop and Aubrey Jones. She has been so good for Oklahoma State. She's shown in terrific range, can play deeper in the hole because of her arm. She doesn't have to play up close. She can still throw runners out even a little deeper. And one of the things we talked to Joe Girardi about, one of the first things he wanted to talk to Kenny Gajewski about is her defensive positioning, more like a baseball player. She has a hose. Batting 200, Ulrich watches the drop ball, misses 2-2. That is definitely what Malin's primary pitch is. January trying to get a run here in March. That was fouled away, and staying alive is Ulrich at 2-2. Don't know what January did in February, but I do know what she's trying to do in this month. You know, when you tell jokes and you're in the booth by yourself, timing is a little more difficult. 2-2. Staying alive is Ulrich. Wind starting to blow left to right now in the outfield. That cold front continues to move across the state, and there's a big swing, and again getting a piece of it. Staying alive. Nice job there by Ulrich. Another good AB. Got to be impressed with this Missouri State team again with 8 hits in this game. We'll look forward looking to see how they do as there's a big cut and miss. Change up that time got her for another strikeout for Malin. Ground out, single, single, now strikeout, 2 gone. Let's take a look at it. It was a rise ball, got through the top of the zone, and a late hit. Looked like it had, again, taken a little speed off of it that time. This team is... They're coached well. They've got a lot of talent. They're going to be fun to watch in Conference USA, the first year competing in the new conference. Going out of the Missouri Valley. Bryn Romine. Ground out. And an RBI single to her credit. The center fielder for the Bears and the 1-0. A piece of that, 1-1. Wanted to come in and play with joy, and when you're tied up with the number 12 team in the country on the road, with 2 hometown kids coming back home to play, I would imagine the joy is still there right now for Missouri State. As Hassler backhands that one on the old game of getting to the foul ball the quickest. Game started back from Sidney Pennington days for Oklahoma State. Is fouled off, 1-2. Batting .275 with 5 RBI. Romine's next one, if it happens here, would give her team the lead. And right now she's moving the ball around, and so is Ruby Malin. Another one fouled in the dirt off of her foot, so it's foul. Good AB here. Disciplined batting has been, the plate discipline for the Missouri State Bears has been really good tonight. They have had some strikeouts, but they have forced a lot of pitches as that one's out of the zone, 2-2. She didn't go for that one, and the AB stays alive with runners at first and second. Poke one through like she did last time, just got under Riley Crandall's glove. Went right up the middle, slow rolled out to center field. Austin had it and made a bad throw back. At this time, it's hit right back to Ruby, and she softly overhands it to Godwin, and the running threat will come to an end for the Missouri State Bears. They lead 2 on, runners at first and second, and that's a comebacker right back to Ruby. Very good defensive fielding pitcher, and makes a nice throw over to first. We're done in the top of the 5th. Going to the bottom of the 5th, we're still tied. It's 3-3 here in Stillwater. Back to Cowgirl Stadium after a quick timeout.
And it's time for the 5th inning stretch. Get up, shake out your legs, and dance.
Bottom of the 5th, here we go. Cowgirls another chance to take their first lead of this ball game. Cowgirls have not led yet. Trailed at 2-1, 3-1, then tied it at 3-all. That's where we stand here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and back to the top of the order for the Cowgirls, J.L. Austin will lead things off, and we are ready to play. Staying in the circle is Coranda. excuse me, Coranda. And JL Austin takes a ball, and for her, she is 0 for 1 today with the walk. Flied out to right in the first, drew a walk in the third. And ahead in the count 2-0 here. Both teams really young when you think about it. There's a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores making plays right now for Oklahoma State. And this is one of them, the center fielder. And she takes ball 3, way ahead in the count here. And the 3-0 in there, 4 called strike, 3-1. Rosie Davis and Claire Tim coming up for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls, the 2 and 3 hole hitters, and Amanda Hassler. There's ball 4, so another walk drawn by Austin, and more opportunities for Oklahoma State here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now batting the third baseman, number 26, Rosie Davis.
Look into the eyes there of Coronado, just trying to stay calm, just a freshman. And she faces now Rosie Davis. Not an easy out, as McLaughlin will come in and talk things over with her. Look at it again, Coronado on the season has a great ERA of 1.04. 44 strikeouts coming in, 26 walks issued, 54 innings pitched. So she's been the ace for Coach, and that's why she's out there right now. See if they can kind of keep this game in check and find a way to win at the number 12 team in the country. There's a bunt by Rosie. That's a sac bunt, and will move the runner over, as the Cowgirls have one gone and a runner in scoring position now. That's exactly what Rosie wanted to do. So terrific sac bunt there. Talked about this team. I've seen it work so much on situational, offensively, defensively, small ball, not at all. That'll bring up the right fielder, Claire Tim. Home run and a walk. Took a low outside pitch and line drived it out in the first inning to give the Cowgirls their first run of the day. And now she'd be happy to hit something out of the infield that would gets down and gives her team a chance to take the lead. And Austin playing a little bit of gamesmanship in the on the bags right now, as McLaughlin faked the throw and she started to act like she was going to run. Eventually retreats back to second, and here we go again. The pitch. That one got Claire Tim out front of it and off balance on a 2-1. Cowgirls have been very aggressive on a 2-0 and 2-1 pitches. They've come after these pitches. And exactly the same thing right there, 2-2. And based on likely the fact that Missouri State pitchers are throwing strikes on that count. Don't want to fall behind 3-0. Want to get even at 2-2. And the Cowgirls swinging away at them. There's a 2-2 off the plate. That's not even believable enough that Claire Tim even thought about it. Just backed away. The count goes full. So a walk, a sac bunt, and a foul ball keeps it at 3-2 for Tim. do it again, and the car horn sounds as that one goes into the parking lot. Stays live with another foul tip in the dirt. This ball game started with home runs by the very second and the third batters of the game. Studer and Baber for Missouri State hit home runs. The third batter for Oklahoma State, this young lady right here, Claire Tim, hit a home run. We had 3 home runs by the time the first inning was over. And Tim draws a walk. They appealed, no swing, and she is safe at first with 2 walks now. 1 out. The sac flying moved the runner over. And that brings up the ever so dangerous Amanda Hassler.
Number 3, Amanda Hassler.
1 out, runners at first and second, and again, Cowgirls trying to get their first lead in the bottom of the 5th against Missouri State. Good regional matchup. It's kind of fun talking to Coach Griffith about just watching Wichita State and what Coach Christy Bredbender's done up there. And we were just talking about the 2 programs a little bit. And she said, I've just enjoyed watching her do what she does. That one is hit, and that'll move the runners over, but it's going to be a ground out to first for Hassler. And now 2 gone. But runners at second and third. Opportunity for Carly Godwin. Christy Bredbender, they're going to talk this one over. Where are they? Waiting to get the time. Not sure why they were not letting her move out there, the coach. That is the pitching coach, Brittany Gray Cardenas. Is a Georgia Bulldog. Pitcher down there. Obviously a Georgia grad. She's been here with Coach for, I believe, a couple of years now. I think she's been here since Coach Griffith was named the head coach. Coach Cardenas has been the pitching coach again. Coming from that Georgia program. It's a very good program. One the Cowgirls beat by 1 run earlier in the year. Stepping out is home plate umpire Michael Parker saying, hey, let's go ahead and let's get this thing rolling. They talk strategy. 2 out, 2 on. Runners at second, third to the, here's a look at J.L. Austin at the Carly Godwin.
Now batting the first baseman.
And you see the watch wristband on her left hand. They do now have electronic communication in the college world. There's the pitch. Coach Ravel from Nebraska didn't want it, so obviously she was still giving the hand signals. I loved it. The 3-number pitch call she was given, pitch by pitch, still calls the pitcher's pitches. And that one is hit, smoked, foul into the bullpen, and Carly Godwin knew she got out just a little early. That would have been 2 on the board for Oklahoma State. But now they can actually look at those. They don't have to have the wristbands. It was illegal up until a couple of years ago. There was no electronics allowed. Now you are allowed to have those to communicate. That first pitch was a ball. The second pitch was smoked foul, and the third pitch makes it 2-1 as that one's off the plate. Big AB here for the Missouri State defense as that one is hit back. Great job right there. It's gloved by Coronata, and the Missouri State Bears, they avoid another threat. We're going to the top of the 6th, and we're tied 3-3. Great job right there. Again, a slow roller to the pitcher. The throw over to Baber. And Missouri State holds the Cowgirls to 0 runs at the bottom of the 5th. This is Big 12 softball on ESPN+.
You had one foot out the door. I swear I didn't see. But if you're really going anyway, here's some final words from me. Baby, right this down. Take a little note to remind you in case you didn't know. Tell yourself I love you and I don't want you to go.
Cody,
Write this down. Take my words and read them every day. Keep them close by, don't you let them fade away. So you'll remember what I forgot to say. Write this down. I'll sign it at the bottom of the page. I swear under oath, 'cause every single word is true, and I think you need to know. So use it as a bookmark, stick it on your refrigerator door. Hang it in a picture.
Well, if you wanted a good softball game, you've tuned into one. It's 3-3 here going to the top of the sixth. The Cowgirls and the Missouri State Bears all tied up at 1 apiece. Missouri State took the early lead, added to that lead. The Cowgirls came back and tied it up, and that's where we are right now. And a couple of Stillwater kids on this team for Missouri State coming back home. They've done well. Started with Swick in the circle. She did a fantastic job for Coach Griffith and the Missouri State Bears. This young lady, Sydney McLaughlin, the catcher, also a Stillwater product, has remained in the ball game the entire time, and she's 0 for 1 today with a walk. And looking at her numbers here in this ball game, drew a walk and flied out to center field, batting .267. Ruby Malin came in for Riley Crandall, who came in for Presley Downing. The freshman started. Crandall got a couple of innings of relief. And Ruby has been in since the 4th inning, her 3rd inning of work. And she falls behind McLaughlin here, 3-1. That's a good pitch right there. Hitting the black on the outside. It's 3-2. I mentioned this earlier, but today started out 47 degrees, got all the way up to 80 degrees and dropping right back down into the lower 60s, upper 50s, and there's a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Ruby Malin. Get things started here in the 6th. Take a look at this one, and that's a great drop ball. That is just what Ruby Malin does. It is a devastating drop ball that can roll off the table 12 to 14 inches. That ball has incredible drop, and it is so hard to find in the zone. We're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Missouri State Bears, and that's going to be Emily Chadwick.
Missouri State, number 33, Emily Chadwick.
She's a senior outfielder from St. Charles, Missouri. Going to be hitting for Emily Evans. How's that one back? Strike 1. Malin has been so matter-of-fact in the circle her last several outings. Didn't get the win against Nebraska the first time. She ended up pitching 10 innings. Gave up 1 run, 1 walk. Came out and Crandall came in relief when the game was still tied. She has been phenomenal. That one is hit to Austin. Austin right there on the quick jump. Read it off the bat well and was able to catch it for the 2nd out of the inning. Another look here is that one was hit pretty well, but Austin able to get there, slide over and make the catch. And we may have another pinch hitter for Coach. And I think we do. We've got Alexis Perales, a junior out of Grapevine, Texas.
Pinch hitting for Missouri
Hitting for
State,
Emily
Alexis
Girardi.
Perales.
Perales, Missouri Valley Conference second team player a year ago, again out of Grapevine, batting .244 on the season. Trying to give the Bears a base runner in the top of the 6th. That one is hit, and Rosie stabbed at it. It goes off of the end of her glove, and so Perales has the single and does give her team a base runner here in the top of the 6th. Good job. That ball didn't drop. It started too high. By the time it did drop, it was in the zone, and Perales did a good job of making contact, driving it, and she's on first. We're going to roll over the top of the order, but perhaps another. If we're going to have a pinch runner or a pinch hitter, and it will be a pinch runner. That'll be number 20. So that is Emily Girardi coming re-entering, and so Girardi will be in at first. So Perales hit for Girardi, got to first, and Girardi comes back in, re-entering for her.
Now batting the right fielder, number 2, Lauren Rowland.
Back to the top of the order for the 4th time tonight. Lauren Rowland will face the Cowgirl pitchers. Her 2nd time facing Ruby Malin. She's 0 for 3. Last time against Ruby, she popped out to right field and gets ahead in the count here, 1-0. That ball high. Hassler loses it, and Girardi will advance to second. So a runner in scoring position, opportunity to tie or to regain the lead for Missouri State here. If Rowland can get her first hit of the day. At 2-0. Check swing, and I say no. Of course, the umpires moved from first out to second, so you're asking the appeal on the third base side behind a right-handed batter. Hard to see and know whether she actually swung or not. And the 3-0. Now a tall, base 4, and they're going to run, and that's a great job right there because he got away from Hassler, and that's a great job. But Girardi seeing the ball down and went to the third. And so runners on the corners here for Missouri State. And just it hit the heel of the glove of Hassler, and as soon as it did, taking off was Girardi. So she's at third. Rowland now is at first after the walk. Runners at first and third, 2 gone. And the Cowgirls going to talk some things over. Not only Carrie Everly Parker coming out talking to Ruby and the battery. Now Coach Berge is going to come out and he's going to talk to the infield. And if you're Oklahoma State, you obviously want to win this ball game. But you got to know that you're getting pressed, and ultimately you're learning some things about your team. You're getting situational softball that you maybe didn't even expect to get. You have to really be runner aware here, and that's forcing this team to continue to get better. And if you're Missouri State, obviously you want to win this ball game too, and you have a chance to do so against the number 12 team in the country. They split with Ole Miss. They have a win against the top 25 team, and as Coach and I talked about, not going to be wowed by Oklahoma State. They play too many good teams, but they got great respect for Oklahoma State, and to have this opportunity where they are right now, they've done a fantastic job playing with that joy. And this young lady's got home run power. We know so because she hit one her first at bat. She's 1 for 3 on the day. Swing and a miss there, and she falls behind 0-2. Home run, flying out to center field, and had a ground out. Allie Studer, the third baseman, really got a hold of one in that first inning, though. We got 3 total now on the season. Check swing. And they say she did go, and I believe she did. Let's take another look at it here. Came across, couldn't hold up, and out in front of that plate, and immediately Hassler looking for the appeal. Well, that's awfully close right there. But they're going to call it a swing and a strikeout for Ruby Malin, and Studer will go down swinging. And the Cowgirls go to the bottom of the 6th, still looking for their first lead of the ball game. Good one here in Stillwater. This is Big 12 softball on ESPN+.
Find a way to get us going.
Welcome back to Stillwater, Oklahoma. The Oklahoma State Cowgirls and the Missouri State Bears in a battle moving to the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-3 here in Stillwater, and in the circle for the Missouri State Bears, Emily Coronata has done a great job. Again, she's been the go-to pitcher. She's the 3rd pitcher in the circle today, and that one is fouled straight back by Aubrey Jones, the freshman shortstop for the Cowgirls. Coronata has done a good job here with a 1.04 ERA. Has really held the Cowgirls in check since she's come on. And Ruby Malin's done the same thing to Missouri State. So what was offensive battle early, 3 home runs in the first inning between the 2 teams. Not a whole lot of offensive production since from either team. And the pitchers have settled in. That looked like a good inside pitch, just I guess a little bit too far inside. And the count 2-1. Jones trying to get the Cowgirls a rally. That one hits. Karams off of the pitcher, goes to the second baseman, and that's going to be a base hit. It went right to Coronata, and then it went off Girardi, and Girardi couldn't make the throw in time, and they're going to make sure that Coronata is fine. She says she is, but this is, again, it just caromed off of her backhand, actually almost all she could to get off that foot in time. A great job by Jones to race down the line to get the hit. Gives Cowgirls a base runner. What they're looking for here. The bottom of the order coming up.
Number 9, Tia Warsop.
Tia Warsop, the left fielder, had a single to center field, lined out to center field. Trying to keep things going right here. They were showing bunt. And the Cowgirls do that just to see what the defense is doing sometimes. And that's a called strike on Warsop. That one is hit to the shortstop. This time does not have a play at second. It makes a bad throw to first, and the Cowgirls are on the move. Second and third, nobody out. Boy, what a game Evans has had. That time she didn't feel like she had time to go to second, so she tried to make the throw to first. And you know, because of the speed of Warsop, it's got to be perfect. And that ball, she drew back and just threw it to the outside of the bag. And that'll be an error on the throw that allows them to move up. It'll be a single, I believe, and then an error. I don't think they were going to get her at all. So single and an error, I believe, and that'll move the runners up to second and third. Nobody out, and now the Cowgirls really threatening to take the lead for the first time. Missouri State liking the music. Start left, start right. Cowgirls got a little wiggle to the beat as well. But honestly, both dugouts a little subdued as Coach Griffith coming out talking to her team. Understanding we got to get out of this right here. All you can to keep them giving up the runs and be clean. If you've got to play at home, make the play at home. If you don't, go get the play at first. That young lady will have opportunity. Jayden Jones, the second baseman, 0 for 2, grounded out, and has a strikeout. She's got runners at first and, or excuse me, at second and third, and she's got a chance here.
Now batting the second baseman, number 71, Jayden Jones.
Batting .300 with runners in scoring position, which is better than her overall average, which is .189. She's been opportunistic to get her 8 RBI, and she looks at ball one. Playing in everywhere right now, trying to get that out at home. Probably feeling like with Ruby in the circle, one more AB opportunity, we cannot allow another run. And it's going to put us too far behind the 8 ball against this really high-powered Oklahoma State Cowgirl team. There's a strike, 2-1. The Cowgirls have been aggressive on that swing, on that pitch. Didn't that time. It looked a little high and outside, and obviously a very well-located pitch to get the call. This one is popped up into very shallow left field and not going to be able to get there. Johansson, who's done a great job out there as well, makes the throw, but she came running in. The ball tailed away from her late. It was way, way, way shallow. Probably should have been a shortstop calling her off, and instead it falls, and that's going to be another hit for the Cowgirls. And that ball could have much easier been grabbed by Evans if she'd have drifted back. And that'll score 2 for Oklahoma State.
Now batting
both of them come in, Jones and Morrison. And a 2 RBI single for Jayden Jones. That's the first lead of the ball game for Oklahoma State. Now the Cowgirls have a 5-3 lead. Gabby Castillo will have her opportunity, the designated player. Again, out there is Jones on the throw home. She was able to advance to second. Hit that sky high. It was shallow, and again, Evans probably should have called off the left fielder Johansson simply because she had to come flying in from about 30 yards away, and Johansson was more, excuse me, Evans was closer to about 15. The Cowgirls will have a pinch runner coming in here for Oklahoma State. That's number 13, and that's Libby Jakew out of Moore, Oklahoma. Saw the Jakew family on my way out of the stadium the other day, and promised that word would be said correctly. Jakew. Libby at second. And the pitch to Castillo is a called strike. Now she's behind 0-2. Cowgirls still being out hit 8-6 in this ball game. But they now have a 5-3 lead. Couple of errors and some walks issued by Missouri State. Allow them to, Cowgirls to take advantage and take the lead here, 5-3. Castillo out of Richmond, Texas, fouls that one off of her foot, and Cowgirls stay at 1-2. Castillo now batting .500. Gave you the numbers for her a while back. In the weekend down in San Marcos, Texas, Castillo was phenomenal. And she check swings that one into left field, and it's going to be trouble again, and it's going to bounce, and the Cowgirls will have runners at second and third as Castillo takes off again, and great job by JQ. Still nobody out, and the runners now at second and third for Oklahoma State. And that'll be a hit for Castillo. The wind and the lightning, the darkness, something has gotten the outfield for Missouri State off balance a little bit. They're playing so cleanly. They've had two drop in front of them out in the left field, just off the dirt. And there's another one, and the Cowgirls have what was once a tie ball game, once a game that they actually trailed 3-1. They now lead 5-3 with runners at second and third. Nobody out. Back to the top of the order at J.L. Austin.
Now batting the center fielder, number 34, J.L. Austin.
Austin takes ball one. In an interesting ball game. Off speed up high and away. Game that the Cowgirls, and talking to Kitty Gajewski, he's had a couple of these instances where maybe they didn't play with the right amount of energy. They didn't match the other team's joy, which we were talking about with Coach Griffith and her team. And he didn't feel like when they played Southeast Missouri State this past weekend that they had the proper energy at any point. Played well enough, but we're going too much through the motions. And got to find that level of intensity every single time out. So there is a called strike on a 3-0 pitch for Austin. Got to give credit to this Missouri State team. They have been really, really good tonight. And won a lot of games in Conference USA, again coming out of the Missouri Valley, moving into Conference USA this year. And there's ball 4, so the bases are loaded again for Oklahoma State. The last couple of innings, the 5th and the 6th, have been somewhat of the undoing of the Bears.
Now batting the third baseman, number 26.
So that'll bring up the third baseman, Rosie Davis. Flied out. Reached on a fielder's choice and a sack bunt tonight. 0 for 2 with a sack. 328 hitter on the year. And that was going to be hit to the third baseman, actually to the shortstop, and the shortstop Evans catches it. And JQ is going to be out as she got caught. She froze, but not in time. Couldn't get back to the bag. Evans makes the throw over to Studer, and 2 gone.
The right fielder,
the runners at first and
18,
second.
Claire Tim.
Gajewski showing some emotion after this one. Wasn't happy with that call, or wasn't happy with that play by his team, I should say. Had a chance to really blow this thing open and create more of a opportunity, a tougher situation for Missouri State if they do go to the top of the 7th, which it would appear they will. And Tim comes over the top of that one, fouls it in the dirt, 1-1. Cowgirls get ready for UCF this weekend. That one is fouled down the first base side. The Cowgirls will play UCF on Friday at 6 o'clock. We'll follow that ball game up on Saturday with a 2 o'clock start, and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Wichita State, the aforementioned Christy Breadbinner, and the Wichita State Shockers will come into town after that. That one's hit down the first base side. It is foul, and that was a good call. You could tell it even from here. It was close. but that ball went right over the outside edge of the orange bag, so just outside the line. There, Tim at 1-2. We'll do it again. Tim batting .444 with 2 outs. He's had a good year in that regard. There's a ball in the out of the zone, 2-2. She's batting .333 with runners in scoring position. She's had 20 hits already, this being her 50th at bat. Missouri State fans wanted it, yelling good pitch. 3-2 the count with 2 gone, 2 on. It's hit, it's smoked into right field, and it's gone! Second home run of the game for Claire Timm. Sound the horn! What an outstanding piece of hitting there by Claire Timm. Run the count full, then drove one left field, another line drive just enough over the wall, and that's into the stands, and the Cowgirls score 3 more. Off a 3-run shot from Claire Timm. She's got 4 RBI and a multi-home run night for Claire Timm. 8-3 our score, and Claire Timm starting to see the ball much better here as of late as well. And a pitching change coming our way for the Missouri State Bears. It'll be number 11, Peyton Ingeman, out of Troy, Kansas, the other Central Arkansas transfer. This will be the 4th pitcher of the night for the Bears. Cowgirls now up by 5, still 2 gone. It'll take quite a bit of an effort to finish this thing in run rule fashion. But Cowgirls do have a lot of opportunities as they trailed. So the Cowgirls now have 7 unanswered run on the board. They trailed at 3-1, and they put up the last 7 runs, and now they have equaled the Bears' number of total hits at 8. A couple of errors for the Bears, 1 for Oklahoma State. 2 gone, nobody on. Cowgirls leading it by 5.
Now batting the catcher, number 3,
That'll bring up Amanda Hassler. And a Hassler ground out, sack, and a ground out. Looking for her first hit of the day, 0 for 2. 8th batter to the plate this inning for Oklahoma State. And that pitch, 1-1 the count. Into the numbers for Ingeman. Has pitched 18 1/3 innings with a 3.44 ERA. 7 strikeouts, 12 walks, and that ball blistered into the foul territory and the outfield down the left field side. For Ingeman, giving up 23 hits on the season. She's got a 1-2 record. And Hassler behind here at 1-2. Missouri State trying to get to one more AB. That one hit hard, and it's hit into left field. Getting out there in time is Johansson, and she's able to catch it for out number 3. But not before the Cowgirls do some damage in the bottom of the 6th. A 3-run home run for Claire Timm, her 2nd home run of the ball game, lifting the Cowgirls to a 8-3 lead going into the top of the 7th inning. Back to Stillwater, Oklahoma, coming up as we continue. This is Big 12 softball on ESPN+.
Re-entering for the Cowgirls at second base, number 71, J.B. Jones.
Well, we go to the top of the 7th, and Missouri State's got some work to do. Trailing it by 5. They had the 3-3 tie going into the bottom of the 6th, but the Cowgirls put up 5 runs in that half inning and now have an 8-3 lead. The Cowgirls have put up 7 unanswered, and trying to answer back is Riley Baber. Again, she is a triple away from having a cycle for the day. Ruby Malin continues to try to get the win for Oklahoma State. Baber had a home run in the first inning, a double in the 3rd, a single in the 5th. And she's got the count even at 1-1. Baber out of Overland Park started all 48 games a year ago and started 17 of the games of the 18 they played this year. There's a swing that had her a little bit fooled. You could tell by the fact she was trying to slow the bat speed down, but it was too late. Batting .468, 3 for 3 today. She's having a heck of a day against the number 12 team in the country. That one outside. Good job laying off of that one. That was a good pitch. Had good believability, but Baber not fooled on the outside pitch. 2-2. Another big swing, and Ruby showing some emotion for the first time in a while, knowing it's time to finish this up and move on. That's her thoughts. She's got 4 strikeouts. They check that 5 strikeouts on the day now. Ruby's gone 3 1/3, giving up a couple of hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 gone here in the top of the 7th. Last at-bat opportunities here for Missouri State. They're down to their final 2 outs.
Now batting the left fielder, number 9.
That'll bring up number 9, Aubrey Johansson. She's the young lady that is from Dallas Central, which is where Coach graduated from when her dad just retired from. As there's a swing and a miss. She had 10 starts in the circle last year, if I saw that correctly. Just a sophomore. 1 for 3 today, and she fouled that one perfectly straight back into the backstop 0-2. Yeah, I'm very impressed with the. They're not glad I'm impressed. They don't care. They don't need my approval, but I'm just impressed with Missouri State and the way coaches approach this game, how well her team has coached, and how hard they played, how well they played up until this last inning. They had a couple of mistakes and bobbles in the outfield, but it's going to be a fun team to watch in this Missouri State squad. Obviously, Oklahoma State moving up in the polls, trying to continue to move in the right direction. That one is hit, and just in front of Hassler. Hassler gets it through, gets the hip turned, and makes the throw in time at first for out number 2. It's a great job by Hassler. Initially looked like Ruby was going to try to come in and field it, but Hassler, in that foot speed, got there, and the throw in time over to Godwin at first for out number 2. That'll bring up Kayla Ulrich, the designated player. Had a single and a couple of strikeouts on the day. Had 1-0 here. She's 1 for 3 today. Tell you what, again, the day that Baber had, wow. Just looking back at that again, just looking at her numbers now. Ulrich ahead 2-0. Last gasp for the Bears. Headed back to Missouri State and Joplin tonight. There's a good pitch. And hitting the outer third, and right there, Ruby is in great control tonight and has been, again, her last several outings. Even though they gave up that shot to Jordy Fromm, that was a terrific outing for her in that ball game. The one-on-one battle, and it was not about Ruby Malin versus Jordy Fromm when the Nebraska Cornhuskers were in town. It was the Oklahoma State Cowgirls against Nebraska, but That battle was a fun one, and Ruby got the best of most of it. There's a 3-1, little tall, and that'll be the second walk issued by Malin here tonight. To bring up Bren Romine. She is the only player that has started all 18 games for Coach Griffith out of Gravette, Arkansas. Chemistry major. She too is an NFCA All-America Scholar athlete. Not surprising when you're a chemistry major. And part of the thing that we've seen from this Missouri State squad is they are a very good chemistry team. And the pinch runner coming in for coach number 15, and that is Elizabeth E.B. Bobbitt. Elizabeth is out of Prosper, Texas, Walnut Grove High School.
Number 15, Elizabeth Bobbitt.
E.B. they call her.
Number 7,
and she is at first. Romine, the center fielder, is looking to keep the Bears alive. That's ball one. Ground out. And the RBI single and another ground out. 1 for 3 with 1 RBI today for Romine, the center fielder. And this time steps towards again. She's going to try to slap bunt, or she's going to actually slap. She steps towards it, lets it go. And the first one was a ball. The second, same thing, called strike. Got that split hand grip, hits it up the middle, and that is going to be a base hit. So that was, she was swinging away at that one, and the Bears not going away quietly. It's the third hit of the night that Ruby has given up. That is 9 hits now out for the Bears. They've out-hit the Cowgirls 9-8.
Sydney McLaughlin.
That'll bring up the Stillwater zone, Sydney McLaughlin. Chance to continue the rally here with 2 outs. Big cut and a swing, big swing right there. And a strike as she came up empty. Big cut was the word I was looking for, and McLaughlin falls behind 0-1. 0-2 on the day. Also has a walk, and that one's fouled down the third base side. 0-2. So the Bears down to their final out, down to their final strike. Carly Godwin comes over, gives the encouraging word to Ruby, as you saw E.B. there at second. At first is Romine, and the pitch outside. It's a called strike, and that's going to do it here in Stillwater, Oklahoma. The Bears put up a great fight, took a 2-1 lead, took a 3-1 lead, tied it up to the Cowgirls in the bottom of the third, but it was the bottom of the sixth where a 3-run home run by Claire Tim, her second home run of the ball game, was the difference. And then Ruby Malin got the called strikeout, the punch out, and McLaughlin and the Missouri State Bears put up a terrific fight tonight, but they will lose it here in this one by a final of 8-3. And that's going to do it for us. We appreciate you guys joining us. For our entire crew, I'm Casey Kendrick. So long. Thanks for watching Big 12 Softball on ESPN+.